statement from the head coach.
Thank you. Great win for our guys today. You know, Parker Dunshee was obviously the story today. It was just fantastic. I think 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, and gave up the home run there in the ninth. We might have left him in 1 hit or too long. I know he wouldn't agree with that. But, just threw the ball really well. Had 2 pitches going for strikes, was commanding his fastball. And, I thought really dominated that game. And then offensively, we got some home run, 4 home runs, I think, in the game. Joey Rodriguez, obviously the star of the game, hit the big 2-run home run to get us started after Jonathan Pryor had the great walk to lead off the inning. Joey homers and gets us to 2-0 and gives us, kind of takes the monkey off our back a little bit. Thought we had a chance to break it open there with the bases loaded and nobody out, but, give credit to Sawyer. He's got a really good arm and really good stuff, and got 3 big strikeouts there to kind of keep the game within range. And our bullpen was a little shaky at times, but Donnie Sellers got a big out, Garrett Kelly got a big out, and then Will Craig does what Will Craig does and comes in and gets the last 2 outs. So just really happy for this club, really proud of this club, and we'll enjoy this one and then get ready to play tomorrow.
Opening it up for questions for the student athletes.
Parker, did he leave you in there one batter too long?
I mean, yeah, looking back on it, maybe. I guess the guy before had a really long at-bat and fouled a bunch of good pitches off, and so, obviously I want that at-bat every time, and that was a guy right on right, good matchup, I thought, and got behind 3-0 and 3-1, and that guy homered on a pitch that was not a good pitch, and he took advantage of it, so, yeah, I wish we could have gotten out of that inning, kind of saved our bullpen, maybe had a 5-0 game, and then you obviously pitch the ninth, maybe a little bit different if it's not 5-2 and then 5-3, so I was a little frustrated that it ended like that, but obviously a great outing overall.
You talked about getting into the ninth, though, but you were already at 121. I mean, do you think you would have set him back out there in the ninth even?
No, we weren't going any more than that with them. We were in between on that last hitter of that inning. As to 115 was kind of our number in our mind. Park's gone over 120 maybe once or twice this year, and he's a durable kid and a physical kid and a junior. We know he can handle it. We're not worried about that. But, again, we've got a fresh bullpen and we've got good arms in the bullpen. So, 115 was kind of our magic number. And like I said, we probably just left him in there 1 hit or too long.
Coach, game started with a moment of silence for the Vandy player, and A&M provided the special mat for Minnesota. A little bit more of a somber start to this regional than maybe usual. What kind of does it say about the baseball community to see these kinds of things taking place? Yeah, just so much respect for Coach Oakes and the job he's done there forever. I mean, he's just been a staple of that community and somebody that those players leaned on for so long, just an amazing man, and everybody he touched was a better person for having known him. So certainly our thoughts and prayers are with the whole Minnesota community and program. And then, the folks at Vanderbilt, I just don't even have the words to describe. But it says a lot about our baseball community that we get the big picture. And, at the end of the day, it's not about wins and losses, but it's about family and love and standing tall with one another. And the baseball community did that today. So our prayers are with Vandy and Minnesota today on really tough days.
Joey, can you talk about your home run? Did you see that it hit your name up on the scoreboard?
Actually, right when I hit it, I looked up for a split second and put my head down. I knew I had gotten all of it. It was probably the best ball I've hit all year, to be honest.
I was going to say, this is only your third, right? Or third or fourth, so
yeah,
I was going to ask if that was maybe the longest, because that was a no-doubter.
Yeah, I had one last week that was probably a little longer than that one. Not sure, but maybe.
Did you feel good against him? Because for your first time up, you hit the ball hard.
Yeah, I saw the ball good out of his hand. I'm pretty sure it said it was 95 or 96 up the board, but to me it didn't feel like that today. I saw it right away out of his hand. I was picking up some grips from him.
You talk about the other guys' home runs. It's good to get. I mean, I know a couple of them have a few home runs, but to get the production down there at the bottom of the line.
Yeah, I mean, that's his 8th one of the year. I mean, he'd be a 4 or 5 hitter in any other lineup. And Johnny, that's I think 6th in the year as well. So I mean, those guys have been doing it all year. It's not like it's changed.
Coach, you kind of touched on, I guess, the disappointing thing of the whole game though is that you had to go to Craig to use him to
Yeah, we certainly tried not to. We wanted to be able to extend him tomorrow night. We wanted to get through those last 4 outs without going to him. We're in a 5-0 game with 4 outs to go. And and that's why we started Garrett Kelly. Certainly if it had been 5-2 tomorrow night in the 9th inning, we would have went right to Craig in that situation. But felt like we could get outs out of Garrett. Again, give credit to their 8-hole guy, jumped him out of the yard. To get it to 5-3, and Garrett knows this. We talked about it. He needs to respond to that and get back in the strike zone with that next hitter. You can't go out there and have a 4-pitch walk, to the 9-hole right after that home run. But again, something Garrett will learn from, and he'll be ready to go tomorrow, and he'll pitch well for us.
Full guarantee in the 8th inning as well with the 2 singles after the home run. And then the hard hit ball before the 3rd out. Yeah,
anytime you're facing a team like Minnesota and they have the tying run at the plate, you're not comfortable because they can, like our lineup, they can get you 1 through 9. We saw it today. They can get you 1 through 9 and drive a ball out of the ballpark. They're hitting 325 as a team. They have good swings, all day. That's what makes, what Parker did extra special, against the lineup like that.
Coach, can you talk about everything that a game like this helps you with when you get into a bracket like this one of getting a solid start, putting up some runs early, and just getting that momentum going and hopefully taking the day off too?
Yeah, college baseball is momentum. There's no question. We talk about it all the time. You got to keep the momentum in your dugout. And Parker going out there and being sharp early obviously grabbed us some momentum. Joey's home run put it in our dugout, and we kept it there, till there were 4 outs to go. Again, give credit to Minnesota. They wrestled that momentum away from us at the end there. But, we'll have some confidence headed into tomorrow. We've got some guys, we know our middle of the order guys are going to come through for us, and it's nice to see the bottom of the order and top of the order get it done for us offensively today.
Part of that first home run was a 3-1 pitch where it looked like Minnesota's bench thought he should have been on ball 4 and should have been down at first. What were your thoughts on? Did you think that was a pretty close pitch?
I mean, it's borderline, but the first pitch was borderline too, so those are going to go either way sometimes. But yeah, it was 3-1. It's supposed to be away. It was middle in, ran into his barrel, and he jumped me out of the yard. So.
Parker, how does it feel starting off a tournament like this with an outing like that one?
Yeah, obviously it's just good to get a team win. I mean, going 1-0 versus 0-1 changes your whole mindset for the tournament, obviously. So, I just tried to do my part, throw up some zeros, and I knew our offense was going to be able to put up some runs. And so it's all just about shutting it down after we score and filling up the zone, so not giving them anything free. Because if you give a team like Minnesota anything free, walk, and then a double, and then all of a sudden it's a big inning. And so limiting big innings is obviously something big against that team, and I felt like getting leadoff guys out, they're super aggressive. I don't know how many first pitch of the innings they swung at, but it seemed like a lot. So you just have to know from the beginning they're not going to take balls right down the middle to start out an inning. So, yeah, I just had to be sharp and locating from the beginning, and I was able to do that pretty well.
Time for 1 or 2 more.
Who will you go with tomorrow, Coach?
Drew Loprich.
And what's he going to have to do? I mean, you know what Texas A&M can do hitting-wise.
Yeah, I mean, Lope's a sinker baller. I mean, he's going to have to get ground balls. If his ball's elevated and they're hitting a lot of fly balls, it's probably not a great matchup for Lope. But the better the offensive team, it seems like the better he's pitched. He's just one of those guys. I think he's a good enough changeup that I think he'll be effective for us tomorrow night. We're looking forward to that very much, provided Texas A&M wins. Obviously, they're facing a really good Binghamton team with a really good pitcher. I don't want to make any assumptions about that. Binghamton's a good ball club, and they've got regional experience. I think they've been the regionals 3 of the last 4 years, so certainly no gimme in the next game. But, it will. If we're facing Texas A&M, we'll start Drew Loprich. If we're facing Binghamton, maybe John McCarron.